Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Relax, 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 relax. Oh, relax, 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 relax. Oh, relax, 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 relax. Oh, relax, 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 relax. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Rudolph now on second down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Ryan Glasgow continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. They'll fake the handoff. Now Rudolph. And he finds McDonald. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now a first down carry by Bell. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
On 2nd down, here's Rudolph. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Vigil coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Rudolph throwing on second down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards on the pickup, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Lucky 56. Gone.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Forced it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Wild. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Over. All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Ryan Shazier in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with the football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Gone.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. play action. They'll throw. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. This is caught at the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
But that doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney!
They'll set up a throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Rudolph going to lead the Steelers up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Rudolph now to throw. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals getting set to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super tough.
He'll buy some time right. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot. Excellent coverage. Didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll drop the throw. Buying time to his left. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Bell, first down and then some. They get the tackle, Marcus Gilbert, 2nd-round pick back in 2011 out of Florida. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. After the run, Rudolph now going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3:19.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Set! Green 39! Green 39! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Being chased out left. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And Bullock will put this one through. And 2 field goals now mean they take a rare 6-2 lead. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned they're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure.
It's caught inside the 25. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. The give is to Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now the Steelers hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Rudolph. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And Boswell's kick is good. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation.
This is caught at the 20. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 59 yards.
They go 368.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. Steps away to his left. To Mixon on the check down. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll make it 2nd down.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And this is off the left upright, but he bangs it through. How about that one? Bullock out now to kick this one away. Switzer now to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run.
He's got him in, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really nice gain of 25 yards. A give to Bell. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Detroit!
Rudolph on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over. Mike 50. Detroit.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to air one out. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for the Bengals. 49 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got some space here. And down inside the 15 he goes. That good for 19 at a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
The Bengals hoping Mixon improves on the numbers from his rookie year. He's back there again on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. As his guys are in for 6. And thanks to the interception, the Bengals offense cashes in with 6. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Carl Lawson in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Play action. It's Rudolph. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. You start to feel sorry now for the young man throwing the football. This is really turning into a disaster.
Listen, it's baptism. This is almost a rite of passage. This young in the league, go back and find a Hall of Fame quarterback and check their records for their first 2 years, especially if they started the bulk of the games. I bet you'll find double-digit interceptions on just about every one of them. They have to learn as they go along.
Switzer now to return. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
Again, it's Connor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They run with Connor, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Trying to lay one up deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Back now in Cincinnati. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Connor. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it. This is Conner pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for two. Dobbs is throwing. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion,
weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, and he takes it all the way, but there is a flag down, so hold the celebration. This one's coming back. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Dobbs now on 2nd down. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drop.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Detroit!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Now the Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. 92 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is it bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Dobbs. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, here's Dobbs. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Preston Brown able to drop it for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Weil now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Bernard shows the agility. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels, because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages.
No. Check. Patriot. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it. Taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Mixon trying to punch it in, and he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. Bullock good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the young men. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. The scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for Cincinnati, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks.